So recently I switched to the iPhone 17 Pro Max from my iPhone 15 Pro Max. And in this video, I would like to share my opinion on what do I think about my old phone, which is the iPhone 15 Pro Max in 2025. Now, I'm not gonna hype up the iPhone 17 Pro Max because it is better than the 15 Pro Max in some aspects, but let's be honest, not everyone upgrades their phones every single year. Some people actually wait for the new phones to get released so that they can buy the previous one because they will be at a lower price. After using the 15 Pro Max for almost about 2 years and using it daily on things like filming, editing, gaming, watching videos, and then using the 17 Pro Max for a month now, here's my honest long-term take if someone is deciding to get the 15 Pro Max in this year. Let's start with the design first. So back in 2023 when this phone got released, the titanium frame was made a big deal by Apple. They kept saying titanium, 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 and yes, I would say after 2 years of using this phone, the titanium did end up holding itself really well. The phone still feels premium. It feels like a Pro Max phone. It feels solid and expensive. The design of the iPhone 15 Pro Max is not dramatically different than its previous generations, but definitely it doesn't feel outdated at all for the year 2025. Holding this phone in your hand honestly feels very comfortable. You can easily access the phone with your one hand, with some cases require your second hand to help assist, but overall the feel and the touch really is smooth. The only main difference for someone buying this would be that instead of the slider button or the mute button, they introduced it with an action button which can be customized depending on what you need. But to be quite honest with you, I never ever use the action button because I think that firstly it's in a position where your fingers wouldn't go naturally, and then secondly if you're using a case, then the cutout is made in a way where you really have to push hard to press it, and then it kind of breaks the point of being convenient. I would rather just go on my screen and do whatever task I have to do than relying on the action button. So overall the design and build is pretty solid. Now moving on to the performance. This phone has the A17 Pro chip, which was a beast when it got launched, and I'll be very honest with you, after using the 17 Pro Max and 15 Pro Max on day-to-day usage, you will not really find any big differences. Whether you're surfing on the internet, you're messaging someone, you're opening apps, you're watching YouTube videos, the performance is still solid. Like, performance was the last thing or the last reason I would upgrade any phone, because all the Apple devices are so good. Even my iPhone 12, which I have, has amazing performances, so definitely something that you don't need to worry about. The only thing I would say is that because sometimes I film for a very long time, for 2 to 3 hours, maybe your phone might heat up a little bit or get hot, but other than that I think I have had no issues whatsoever. Moving on to the battery life, my current battery health is at 87%, which according to me, I believe is a very good level to be after using my phone for 2 years, because once you drop below 80%, then it's recommended to change your battery. But when I used to use this phone in its early days, it would give me almost a full day battery without any problems whatsoever. Now I feel there is a slight change, as in that the battery does not last as long as it used to be, but it's not bad at all. Even at 87%, I'm super happy with it. I can easily use this phone throughout the day without really worrying that it's gonna die on me during midday, which is great. Now let's shift our focus to the iPhone 15 Pro Max's screen. It has a 120Hz ProMotion OLED display, and oh my god, it's so good. I actually made a video on side-by-side comparison between the screens, and the 15 Pro Max still looks so good. It's beautiful, it's wow, and definitely if you're someone that uses your phone to watch content or play video games, you will not be disappointed at all, or you're not missing out anything by skipping the iPhone 17 Pro Max or 16 Pro Max, let's just say that. And then it's also running the iOS 26, which is great. Obviously I think this phone is gonna get easily another 3 to 4 or maybe 5 years of software updates. So you're pretty much securing yourself if you get this phone this year. Definitely till 2029, maybe you might need to rethink of getting a new one, but until then that you should be pretty much good. Now let's talk about the camera, because a lot of people are concerned that if they buy a previous Apple device, they might not get the best camera. Let me tell you something about Apple's cameras. I have made videos from iPhone 12 and iPhone 17 Pro Max, and sometimes with good lighting and good conditions, you can't really tell the difference. The iPhone's cameras are spot on. They are a beast. Definitely getting this phone, you're not compromising at the camera at all. It has amazing camera qualities. It still has the main 48 megapixel sensors, which takes amazing shots, detailed, sharp, very balanced in color. The camera has a dedicated 2x and 5x zooms, which I think are more than enough for everyday use. It can record in 4K up to 60 FPS. It also has a pretty solid cinematic mode as well. Even the slow motion feature can go up to 240 FPS at 1080p. So definitely when it comes to the camera quality of the iPhone 15 Pro Max, it's not far behind than the recent flagships. The only time you'll actually see the 15 Pro Max a bit lacking in the camera department is when you have a picture or video which was taken by 17 Pro Max. Actually, I did a completely different video on comparing the camera quality between the 15 Pro Max and 17 Pro Max. So if anyone is interested to see how big the differences are, you guys can watch that video. But my overall general comment is that for 99% of people, it's not gonna matter. Aside from that, overall, I've been using this phone and the 17 Pro Max daily, and I really can't tell a big difference. I think the only thing is that 17 Pro Max has some new features for their camera, like such as the dual capture or center stage. But in terms of your day-to-day work and tasks, 15 Pro Max and the 17 Pro Max, they look the same to me, to be quite honest with you. So overall, if you're deciding or thinking to get the 15 Pro Max for this year, definitely if you get a good deal, get it. And if anyone watching has a personal comment or a personal story that they would like to share, then I'll definitely look out for them in the comment section. Until next time, take care, stay safe.